prep life. To prep updates, I'm just sitting here having my coffee. Stunning view. I will never get sick of this area of Perth. It's just, am I right? So yeah, just having my cup of coffee here with the doggies. Aren't they? And then I have some client check-ins to get done. And then I have to go train push. So busy little day, kind of. When I'm training on check-in days, it's a very time efficient kind of routine day. Have to take everything off. It is only a few days until Christmas. I can't believe it. And my friend Debbie is back Friday, who I'm staying with. So I'm just busy getting organised. I have just sent through my check-in to Meg, so I'll come back on later and kind of go through her feedback. I also did like a mini check-in Monday, so I'll go through that and let you all know what has been going on. Good news, I hope. But I'm feeling really good. That's a positive. I think, like, feeling really good about prep, which is really positive. We are 14 and a half weeks out. I can't believe it, because it feels like right, okay, like now prep's here, because in the past I would have done shorter preps, say like 15, 16 weeks, whereas I started at about 20 weeks out this time. So the first few weeks, like, obviously I was on prep, but I don't know if competitors will probably get this. I kind of just feel like I'm not on the home stretch, but I'm like, right, it's go time. All very exciting. I just can't wait to get back on stage after so long. It's been, I think it's going to be 4 years. I thought it was 5 years. It's going to be 4 years between my two shows. So my last show was my last time doing bikini, and that was in the Arnolds, and that was the last time the Arnolds Amateur was in Australia, 2018, or 2019, sorry, because when Gary went to do it in 2020, they pulled the plug, and then Arnolds was gone. So yeah, interesting actually about the Arnolds, because it's gone in the UK now as well. There was drama at that when Gary was competing this year as well. I feel like it's just a bad omen. No, but so now it's gone from Australia and the UK. So who knows what the future is there with the Arnolds Classic. Apparently he just wasn't showing up to them, and people got really annoyed. Fair, you know, you'd kind of want Arnie at his show. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I have lots to do. As I said, I'll be back on shortly when I get my check-in feedback. Gonna go do some client check-ins, gonna go train push, and yeah. So block one of work wrapped up, and I'm out walking the doggies. Yeah, I've been minding these two for my friend while she's visiting home, and I'm obsessed. Like, oh, I've completely fallen in love with them. I loved them anyway, but yeah, I'm actually loving being a dog mom. I can't wait to get a dog. They're just being the best little companions for me the last 2 weeks. We've had loads of fun, loads of bonding time, lots of walks, lots of poo. Cute. So just going in to do another block of work before the gym. Get check-ins, Christmas check-ins cleared, get everyone set up for Christmas, let them know what they're doing, and then off to train myself. Right, we are done with check-ins for the morning, so it's time to go train. And I'll just show you my intra-workout drink. So I add in like 100 to 150 mils of coconut water, and that is just for the electrolytes, so some extra hydration. Amazing. And then what I have is EAAs, so they're essential amino acids. They're better than BCAAs, so let's just leave BCAAs in 2022 and switch over to EAAs because you're actually getting all 9 essential amino acids, not just 3, and they're all important. So I would say that these aren't absolutely essential if you're already having a high protein diet, but for vegans, veggies, maybe people with a lower protein diet, they can absolutely be added in very easily. It's not like a shake where, you know, it's a creamy kind of texture. They're just like a juice. So that could be an alternative. And then I have carbs into workout carb powder. This is the maltodextrin one. It really doesn't matter what brand you get, like they're all giving you the same thing. So I got this before. Okay, so I'm just having 20 grams of this, and that's just pure carbs, so it just gives you 20 grams of carbs. And this honestly helps your workouts so much. So like a pre-workout is great to give you that boost, to help, like, you know, lactic acid build up, everything like that, but carbs powder in your workouts will help you to keep up that intensity, keep going through the workout, and fuel the workout. So, like, you know, you're gonna have like strength benefits and stuff. I definitely noticed a considerable difference since I started using an intra-workout mix, having really good sessions and feeling great. I'm not, you know, like like a zombie coming out of them, which is really nice. So gonna go train push, get a nice pump, and come back to work, and then I will jump on once I get my feedback from Meg, and kind of run you through everything that's been happening prep wise, progress we've been made, any changes that she makes. I'll run through all of that later. Whew. Tired. Workout done, push done, cardio done, and now I'm just going to do a little round of posing because practice. Then home, eat, and I will come back on to chat about checking feedback because Meg got back. So, back home, fed, watered, showered, all of that jazz, and got my check-in feedback from Meg, so gonna chat about that. Really good, very happy. So, my check-ins are Wednesday, but I actually do like a mini check-in on Monday, so it's not like obviously too much changes if we've changed stuff on a Monday, so I'll run through that first. Basically, the only change we've made is introducing a small bit more cardio. It's still a very manageable amount, so it's still only 20 minutes on my, 30 minutes now on rest days, so that's 10 minutes more. It used to be 20, and now I'm introducing 20 minutes on push days. So, you know, it is very manageable. It's really not that difficult to fit in, and yeah, I'm happy. We're 14 and a half weeks out, so we have a lot of time to, you know, implement drops with food or implement more cardio. And the thing is, we would be pushing harder if we needed to at this stage. We just haven't needed to yet. Touch fucking wood. I'm kind of just like in my check-ins waiting for the day that she's like, okay, you're a month behind. We need to, you know, drop the hammer. But it just hasn't happened that way. And I think that's an important thing to note is that the off season I've just done with Meg has really set me up for a successful prep. We got food up very high and I was extremely consistent. That is the big overarching principle here. The training was on point, the food was on point. Like, I ate very differently this year compared to last year, and I am the first to hold my hand up and say, like, it did me the world of good, and this approach worked better. Now that's not to say flexible dieting and stuff doesn't have a space, because it does, and I do use it with the majority of my clients because they are lifestyle clients. But I knew going into a comp prep and going into a new division in this federation, in IFBB, was going to be an extremely difficult task, and I trust Meg 100%, and I am doing everything she says, everything she asks me. I'm dotting my I's and crossing my T's, as they say. But yeah, it's just really stood to me having a solid off season. I can really see the benefits already. So if you're a competitor watching this and, you know, maybe your off seasons before have, yes, they've had structure, and obviously we all, well, I hope if you're a bodybuilder, you always train, but sometimes we can kind of just let nutrition slip a little bit, and we just get a little bit comfortable, you know, and oh, well, we're not competing, calories are high, I'll just have that donut, or this, that, and the other, and we're not giving our bodies the best possible chance to make as much progress in that off season as possible. So yeah, it's been a really interesting journey so far, and I'm kind of appreciating the habits I built and processes I kind of went through in the off season now, so much more than I did at the time. Even though I knew I felt good doing them, I can really see the benefits now come prep time, which is great. I can't wait for the next off season already. 14 and a half weeks, lads. 14 and a half weeks. So check-in today went really well. Meg is very happy. It's our last check-in before Christmas, and thankfully I will have a free meal on Christmas Day, which is really exciting. But again, going back to my previous point, I'm not taking that as a cheat day or kind of, you know, just eat whatever the fuck I want. I'm just not going to do that, because this goal to me is fucking everything right now, and I would be fuming with myself if I did something like that and just said fuck it. Like I wouldn't anyway, but I'm just really gone into it with a strong mindset of your overarching goal is much more important than having a slice of cake or something like that, because it is, you know, long term. I can have all of the slices, I can have a whole fucking cake after the show, you know. So there's a time and a place for that, and it's just not Christmas. But what it means is that I'm not stressing about sticking to a meal plan on Christmas Day. I can obviously have my normal breakfast, I'll be training, I'll have my normal post-workout, but then I just have a little bit more flexibility, and I can relax and not track that evening when I, you know, I'm heading over to one of the guys for Christmas dinner. And I've actually offered to do the starters, so everybody is getting a lovely high protein lean prawn salad, which will be lovely in the sun. It's nice, cool, it's light, but it just gives me the ability to control what's going into it. It's not laden with like full fat mayo, of light, you know, stuff like that. I'm also going to make a feta watermelon salad. Sounds bizarre, right? But I had this in Thailand and it was incredible. So yeah, that's what I'm going to make as another little side for people to enjoy, i.e. me. So then what that's going to do is allow me to actually work in something sweet afterwards if I want it. So instead of having like a crazy starter, you know, with like lots of cheese or you know, pigs and blankets and stuff, like I don't eat pork anyway, so a lot of Christmas food just, it's not amazing for me anyway. So at least now I know it's high protein, it's not going to spill over in calories, and then what I'm going to do is just make a little like proteiny, low fat kind of treat for myself afterwards. Debbie, my bestie, is on cheesecake duty. I actually don't like cheesecake, so that's fine with me. I suggested that so people could be delighted with cheesecake and I wouldn't be tempted. Yes, I do have my own agenda at Christmas. So yeah, that's the plan. Check-in, as I said, went really well today. Meg's happy. No changes since Monday. And today was the first day that I did the 30 minutes cardio. That has been a little bit of struggle lately, I won't lie. It's taken me a bit, it's kind of not, it has taken a little bit of a step back in that I used to be able to do my cardio quite intensely in the morning, no problem, and I just go and do it fasted. That's not like to say you have to do fasted cardio, it's just the way it works in my day. I get up, I get a coffee into me, and I just go and get it done. I don't need to eat before cardio, but it's not that has any additional benefits, okay? We're not about pro science here. And yeah, that it's just kind of, it's been a real struggle to kind of keep the intensity up and the heart rate and stuff in cardio. So that's going to be interesting to watch now over the next little while, if I can kind of find that sweet spot. I changed from the spin bike to the cross trainer today just to give it a lash, and it did help a little bit. Yeah, So we're down, we got down, lads, my lightest weight this week, which was really exciting. I got down to 79.1. Now it has kind of fluctuated back up. I had legs, I had different stuff. I was quite tired. I felt like my legs and stuff, my feet were quite watery. I was just holding a bit of fluid, so it kind of explains the rise after I hit the low. But the good news is I fucking hit the low. Really good news, like 79.1, and I started prep at about 83.5, so, you know, down nearly 4.5 kilos, which is really, really good for me. That's 5 weeks in, 5 weeks complete, 6 weeks complete, 5 or 6 weeks. So yeah, like on track, and I'm just really excited to see myself in a month. And I guess not that I didn't have that before, but I was kind of like, I didn't see as much progress as early on in previous preps. So I wasn't, you know, in this frame of thinking so far out. Like, I'm still 14 and a half weeks away. And I usually get this kind of thinking, like, when I got to the, like, 6 weeks out mark, I'm like, oh, yeah, like, you know, I can't wait now for next week. But I'm starting to feel that already, and that's really exciting, because we're all our own worst critics, right? So it can be sometimes really hard, especially at the beginning of a prep when you do have the more body fat and, you know, you're not going to be seeing lines and stuff, but like, some days I do. And like, you know, sometimes that light just hits and you're like, oh. So yeah, that's just been really nice to experience so early on. And one thing I will say is that setting a strong goal, like obviously I have competing, and that is like the ultimate strong goal to me, because it just requires so much dedication, and like that's the word that people have used so many times recently, like not my competing friends, but just friends here, and kind of their friends who've maybe met me for the first time, and they're like, oh my god, who's this woman with their bag of food and her lunch boxes and stuff. They're just like, that's serious discipline and dedication. And I just wanted to talk about that for a minute, because when your goal is that strong, your why you're doing it, the reasons you're doing it, you know, when it means that much to you, you will have no fucking problem working for it, okay? So with goal setting, it's obviously the perfect time of year to talk about it. So I just wanted to drop it in quickly before we finish, because I know, you know, there's a lot of people, you know, new year, new me, all that bollocks every single year, okay? But ask yourself, if you haven't achieved, like, let's say the goals that you've set in the past, okay, are they really what you value? Like, are those goals really what you value, and what are going to give you that exciting feeling? What's going to inspire you to get up when you don't want to get up? And, you know, just getting crystal clear on your goals and why you want to achieve them. That's the thing, because if you just say, oh, I want to lose 10 kilos in the new year, okay, that's great. Like, you've just said you wanted to lose weight, but, you know, how much weight do you want to lose? Why do you want to lose it? How do you feel about yourself now in your body? Like, how are you feeling in clothes? How do you feel when you look in the mirror, when you have a bikini on? You know, those pain points are important for you to recognize and honor, because if you don't honor them and you don't listen to your mind and your emotions about how you feel in yourself and the lack of confidence you have and all this kind of stuff, take them on board. Like, use them to fuel you, use them to drive you on, and just sit down properly this year and say, enough is enough. Like, you know, whatever, the rest of the years were right off, and this is the year that you decide it's going to be different. The only way you're going to do that is set your goals differently. Don't go in with an open-ended goal. Don't go in with a little wish. Don't go in with, oh, it'd be nice if this happened. Go in with a strong goal and a strong reason why you want to achieve it, as well as having a solid, strong, structured plan of action to get you there. Because without a plan, it's just a wish, it's just a dream. Like, it's just not going to happen. You know, it's just not going to happen for you. So if you do need help with goal setting, you can drop a comment or you can send me a DM on Instagram. I actually do have a free training on this that I will send over to you. It could be super useful for the new year. And just getting you crystal clear and setting yourself up to win, and setting yourself, like providing yourself with the reason to do it. Because relying on external motivation from a coach or from a friend or from a gym buddy, or, you know, validation from friends saying you look great, like, they're all nice to haves, they're all encouraging, but they're not a reason. You need to find that internal, that intrinsic motivation, that intrinsic drive, and that is when it happens. That is when things start moving. That is when changes start to happen, because you've changed. And without you changing, this ain't going to change. This ain't going to change. This is much more important to change first, because this will follow. So if you just go in with the same mindset, with the same attitude, with the same kind of, you know, work ethic and plan as previous years, you're going to end up like you did in previous years. So if you want that to change, you need to change. So yeah, again, if you want the goal setting training, just flick me a DM or drop a comment and I will, of course, get back to you. I'll just need your email or Insta. So you can email me or Insta me, drop a comment, and I will sort you out. And yeah, that is it for this check-in. Obviously you're watching this on St. Stephen's Day, so I'm sure you're having maybe some Irish coffees, maybe some roses, and most definitely a leftover Sambo. Have 3 for me, please. That is it for this week, guys. I will leave you with one other piece of information, and that is coaching spaces for January. If you have goals for next year that you want to tick off the list, contact me now, because the end of January is going to be too late. The spaces are going to be gone. And with the Boss Bodies Transformation Program, that is our signature program, and that literally changes people's lives. So it's not a show up, kind of get a plan sent to you and half-arse it. This is an intense one-to-one coaching method, and I only work with women who are willing to work themselves. So I work very closely with my clients. I work hard for my clients, but I do expect that in return. So maybe it's not for everybody, and that's absolutely fine. But if you want serious results, you want to be pushed, you want to learn a lot, you want to achieve a lot next year, then this is for you. And if you would like more information on that, or book a call, or apply directly, all of the links are below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you had a fantastic Christmas, and I will see you in next week's episode.